Blachowicz came up there with a little, give him a little kiss on the. Hello and welcome to the Golden Octagon MMA Channel. My name is Matt, and today we got Change the Cheddar, baby. Change the Cheddar is my post-weigh-in fight bets show where we try to turn $10 into $100 or more at the end of Saturday night. So today we got UFC Fight Night Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. So we're going to go over each of the fights on the card, and we're going to talk about each one who I think is going to win. And at the end of the show, I'm going to give you 3 parlays totaling up to a total of $10, and hopefully we can win some cheddar off of our change this week. Last week, we got really close. We were one leg away from a $900 parlay buster. I don't know if anyone else told me. Hopefully you won some money if you did and just didn't make exactly the same parlay that I did. Hopefully this week we can win some money. So let's get into it. Up first fight of the night, Nick Diaz. Yes, I know. The dude acts just like Nick Diaz. But Nick Maximov taking on Andre Petrovsky. I got to be honest here. Nick Maximov, just a little bit bigger. I feel like he's a little bit more experienced. I feel like training at the Diaz Academy, he's just that guy. Andre Petrovsky just came off a tough. He has 2 wins, but I got to say they're not against the elite of the UFC. I'm not saying Maximov is the elite of the UFC. I just think that he's beat better names to this point. He has the size advantage. He's undefeated. We're going Nick Maximov here. I don't know if he gets the finish, though. That's the thing. I see a lot of people saying like Petrovsky's not good at all. Me personally, I'm digging a little bit here. I'm digging just a little bit. I'm scrolling over to the fight parlays if you're on DraftKings, and you can get Nick Maximov. Let's see here. Nick Maximov and over 1.5. That means Nick Maximov to win and over a round and a half is a minus 175 because Nick Maximov straight up right now is a minus 365, and those odds just aren't the best. So if you want to get yourself just a little bit better odds, Nick Maximov over 1.5 in my opinion. Let's go on to the next one. Tatsuro Taira taking on Carlos Candelario, and man, our only weight miss of the day happened in this fight. Carlos Candelario, he weighed in with pants at first, seemed kind of odd. Took the pants off, still I believe a half-pound overweight. He weighed 126 and 126 and a half. So he did miss weight by a half-pound. Sorry if I just now ate the mic. Let me scoot this back for just a second. I'm trying to be a little bit louder when I speak because I noticed myself not being the loudest. So here we go. So he did miss weight. At the stare down, Tatsuro is definitely the bigger guy. I don't know a whole lot about either one of these guys. They both are newcomers to the UFC, I believe. For sure Tatsuro is. I don't believe Candelario has fought either. Yeah, both UFC newcomers. I don't know a whole lot about either one of them, which is why I'm not too confident in either one. Besides Candelario missing weight, I got to go Tatsuro here. I don't know if he gets the finish. Just looking over his previous records, actually of both guys are known for lots of straight finishes, dude. They are subbing people nonstop. Tatsuro has a few GMP punches as a finish, but aside from that, Candelario has only lost in his last fight, split decision on the Contender Series. I believe it was on the Contender Series. But yeah, so aside from that, there's not really too much to go on. So I'm just going off strictly size and how Candelario looked. I'm going Tatsuro here. Moving on to the next one. Here we go. Angie Overkill Hill taking on Vina Jandiroba. Vina Jandiroba waiting with the glasses, a little bit suspect, but I'm gonna be nice. Maybe she was just trying to hide her eyes. I'm not sure what's going on there. If she had a bad weight cut or she was just hiding her eyes because of her eyes. I'm not sure. Anyway, taking on Angie Overkill Hill, and Angie Overkill was shredded on the scale. She looked fantastic. Angie Overkill Hill is the underdog here, and it kind of surprised me. Angie Overkill, a plus 170 against a minus 200 being a Janjaroba. I like Angie here. I got to be honest. I may be biased. I've just been an Angie Hill fan for the longest, but I believe Angie's quick enough. They're relatively the same size where I don't think like the Janjaroba is like just gonna grab her and just throw her around. Angie's got good takedown defense. Um, the only time we've really seen Angie get hurt recently is against Amanda Lemos, and that was against that front kick that did wobble her. But aside from that, she came on, and I believe she won the third round of that last fight. Angie Overkill was just a dog, in my opinion. She's got that dog in her, junkyard dog. Angie Overkill Hill is the way I am going personally. And straight up, plus 170, not too bad. But if you want to get yourself just a little bit bigger, I don't think she'll finish her, to be honest. So Angie by decision is a plus 215 if you want to sprinkle just a little bit more there, if you are as confident as me. All right, up next, another one that I am like, oh, we got some cheddar here this week. We got to make something this week. We got to. Michael Johnson taking on Alan Patrick. Michael Jackson. Michael Johnson looked good on the scale. No issues there. On the other hand, Alan Patrick did not look good. He probably looked as worse as you can look and still make weight. He didn't even have the energy to flex his arms up to flex for the picture, if you will. The guy was drained. And if you are not at 100% taking on the menace, Michael Johnson, his paws are disgusting, and he might knock you out. I'm pretty confident on this one. I'm taking Michael Johnson to win. And Michael Johnson by knockout. Let me see. What is Michael Johnson by knockout? Because I bet everyone thinks Michael Johnson's going to win this by decision. Yeah, everyone thinks Michael Johnson's going to win this by decision. Is a plus 175 Michael Johnson by decision. However, Michael Johnson by knockout is a plus 275. I think it's worth it. Alan Patrick looked as bad as you can look and still make weight. Michael Johnson, he got them paws on him. I'm going Michael Johnson KO, baby. Let's go. Up next, Viviane Araujo taking on Andrea KGB Lee. This is a tough one. I do like both girls. Viviane just reminds me of a Andrade. She just walks forward, just throws those hooks. She does tend to gas in the later rounds, but let's not talk about that too much because I believe she's got a solid 2 good rounds in her. Taking on Andrea KGB Lee. She's looked fantastic in her past few fights, but Antonina Shevchenko being one of her last 2 out of her 3, yeah, and she murked her on the ground, but Antonina just isn't as good as her older sister Valentina is. In her next fight, taking on Cynthia Calvillo, she just keep kicking her, and to the point where she didn't want to get off the stool. Cynthia Calvillo ended up quitting on the stool in that fight, if I remember correctly. Hopefully I do. If not, please comment below and just correct me. But she's got these wins against people that tend to not be the best. I think Vivi's going to be a solid test for Andrea KGB Lee, and I don't know if she's going to get past her. Either way, I'm really scared to bet this fight altogether. I do think this probably goes to decision, if I'm going to be honest. But at the same time, Vivi has enough power to knock out these girls. So I don't know. And I'm just scared. I don't know what to say because this is on camera. And you know what? This is for the record, baby. Vivi could knock her out. Andrea could sub her. Vivi could, I guess, hurt her enough in 2 rounds to win over those 2 rounds and then just have enough left in the tank to survive round 3. I got to be honest. I'm just going Vivi straight up here, strictly biased. I'm more of a Vivi fan than I am a KGB Lee fan, but I could definitely see KGB Lee winning this by decision, just draining Vivi with the teep kicks over and over and just really gassing her out. I don't think she can finish Vivi. I'm just gonna put that out there. If there's a finish, I do see it coming from the Vivi side. So moving right along, Jake Hadley versus I believe that's Alan Nascimento. I have a question mark here because I really didn't do too much research on this fight. What is this? A 120? Yeah, 125 fight. Both guys made weight. Jake Hadley 125, Alan Nascimento 125. They looked relatively normal. I don't know who's going to win this. Alan Nascimento is rather tough. He did last against Tagir Ulanbekov in his last fight, but as you saw against Tim Elliott recently, Tagir is, I don't know, he's not the best out of the Dagestani crew, if you want to call it that. He is at 125, so I don't know. If gun to my head, I had to pick, I'm going Alan Nascimento, but if I'm going to be honest here, I'd probably stay away from this one altogether. It's not in the parlays. Don't worry about that. So moving on down to the next one. We got Frank the Crank Camacho taking on, where is it? My handwriting's pretty bad and I can't read it. Manuel Torres, I believe. Yeah. Frank the Crank Camacho taking on Manuel Torres. Man, Frank Crank still doing the damn thing. He's been doing it for a minute, for those of you who don't know. But Manuel Torres on the scale looked shredded. The dude's got a huge back, looks good. One of the ones that I'm also kind of scared on, because Camacho does have that old man strength and he can knock you out with those heavy hands. On the other hand, Manuel Torres, just the younger, fresher. I can only imagine he's going to be so much faster than Frank the Crank Camacho. If I got to be honest here, I'm going Manuel Torres. Straight up, they're probably not going to put too much on it. I don't even know if it's going to be in the parlay, but we are going to talk about one that is going to be on the parlay up next. Katlyn Chookagian, the decision queen, taking on Amanda Ribas. And I said it right there. We're going Katlyn Chookagian by decision. I don't know how this isn't. If this is plus money still, I don't know how. Katlyn Chookagian straight up is minus 160. So Katlyn Chookagian by decision is a plus 110. So you're not getting too much money back there, but you are getting your money back if you just want to put a just a straight bet, a big load on that. Me personally, I'm not that comfortable in women's MMA to say that like the Ribas can't somehow catch her in something crazy. But Katlyn Chookagian has only been beaten by the champions and Jessica Andrade, and that's it. So aside from that, how can you bet against Katlyn Chookagian by decision? That's how I see this fight going. Katlyn Chookagian by decision. I don't think she finishes Ribas. She doesn't have really have the power that Marina Rodriguez did, and that was down at 115. Ribas is cutting more weight. This is up at 125 for those of you who don't know. I guess she's taking this on kind of a late notice, but Ribas does tend to float back and forth. Interesting fight. As I said, Chook by decision is the way that this should go. Going on down, Davey Grant taking on Luis Smolka, and Luis Smolka coming in with the lettuce today on the scale. Haven't seen him. He usually has really short haircut, but the dude is also shredded. It looks like he's really committed to 135, because he used to go back and forth between 125 and 135. The dude looks shredded. He looks great at 135 on the scale. Taking on Davey Grant. You got to watch out for his left hook, and that is about it. But it's nasty if it'll hit you. That being said, Davey Grant is a minus 280 favorite over the plus 225 Luis Smolka here. Davey Grant by knockout, this surprises me, is a minus 105. I don't see it going that way, guys. I really don't. If you want to just put it in a parlay or straight up, Davy Grant to win by decision is a plus 350. It really looks like Smolka has buckled down, gained some weight, put on some muscle. Looks like he had no trouble making 135. The dude is ripped. I don't think he wins this fight because Davy Grant is just really good. He's tough and he's always there to put you out. But Luis Smolka, something about him today specifically said, hey, I'm here to fight. I don't think he wins, but I don't think Davy Grant gets the finish. I think Davy Grant gets the decision here. And as I said, plus 350 on that, not bad odds. So moving on down to the co-main event, Ryan Superman Spann taking on Ion the Hulk Kutalaba. And if I could have bet on this, I would have lost my money today because I would always bet Ion Kutalaba is going to yell in his opponent's face. But today he didn't. For some odd reason, he didn't. He was just got really close into Ryan Spann's face. Ryan Spann coming in with some extra beard hair. I don't know if that's going to be able to help his chin. The dude is like a glass cannon. He's good for about 45 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, and then he is done. And then his chin isn't that great. Ewan also isn't the best guy in the world, but I believe he has enough power to get Superman out of there. I'm going Ewan the Hulk Kutalaba here. Ewan right now is a Ewan Kutalaba is a minus 210 favorite over Ryan Spann. It makes sense. Ryan Spann has just shown over and over that his chin just is not there. And he does have power, but I don't think that he is precise enough, technical enough to get Ewan out of there with a quickness as quick as he needs to get someone out of there to not get finished himself. If I'm going to be honest here, Ewan Kutalaba by knockout is probably the way to go. Ewan Kutalaba by knockout is minus 135. So I'm clearly not the only one that thinks Ewan Kutalaba by knockout here is the way to go. So going on to the main event, Jan Blachowicz taking on Alexander Rakic. Jan Blachowicz, great on the scale. Rakic, great on the scale. No issues. Jan Blachowicz came up there with a little, give him a little kiss on the on the stare down. Super odd. I guess the main one that I can just think back when I see it is when I saw Anderson Silva do it. I think he did it a few times, but maybe he had a mask on a few times after that. I don't know. I'm not trying to dig through my brain pages right now, but yeah, just an odd action by Jan Blachowicz, and you could see like um in his like eyes at the end, like he like kind of wanted to laugh, and then like after like they broke, like they kind of like smiled and like they kind of like fucking laughed it off. I got to be honest here. This has the potential to look like Rose versus Carlo too. Alexander Rakic, you can go back to me multiple times. I've said this multiple times now. You can go back multiple videos. That's what I was trying to get out there. Alexander Rakic, I called one of the most boring fighters, if not the most boring fighter in the UFC. The dude puts no pressure on anyone. I feel like he tries to do just enough to win. And man, it just sucks. I just hate him just as a fan favorite, bro. No one wants to watch you if you're just going to do that. You don't have to do anything more besides watch his past fight, and that's what all of his fights has looked like. Besides the one Jimmy Manuwa fight, that's like the one Alexander Rakic highlight is the Jimmy Manuwa fight. You won't find another one besides that, and they just keep replaying that shit over and over because he has no other ones. His fights are complete snoozers. Taking on Jan Polish Power Blachowicz. There we go. For those of you who saw the podcast, it didn't happen this time on Change to Cheddar. Polish Power taking on Alexander Rakic. I really don't know who's going to win here. I know it's not going to be the fans. The fans are not going to win unless Jan does something to put some pressure on, throw enough body kicks, maybe catch him. But Rakic is so long. He's tall. He knows how to use his range well too. He just doesn't attack. I don't know why. He just doesn't. Jan Blachowicz, I'm hoping that he can knock Rakic out, but I'm not trying to be too biased here. I don't have many bets on this fight specifically. Um, I don't really care too much who wins. If I'm going to be honest, it's going probably to decision. If I could put a percentage on that, probably 80% to decision. And if it goes that 80% to decision, 60% of that 80, Alexander Rakic is winning that. Maybe that other 20%, Jan might win that decision, and the other 20% that's not decision, I'm going Jan knockout. So I'm going 60% chance Alexander Rakic wins this fight, 40% chance Jan Blachowicz win this fight. But I think Jan has more ways to win this fight. I'm going to be rooting for Jan. Let's go, Polish Power. Don't leave it in the hotel room this time. That was his joke taking on Glover Teixeira. It was the craziest thing. I don't know why I found it so funny. So that is every single fight, the breakdown, the stare down, who I personally think is going to win. Now we're going to go in to what you all came for. The $10 pick, baby. Change the cheddar. We're going to try to turn $10 into $100 or more. This week, I got three parlays for y'all. I got a 6-leg parlay, I got a 4-leg parlay, and I got a 10-leg parlay. So we got two semi not too bad. And then we got one like, oh shit, we might actually win something crazy right now. So the 10-leg parlay is a $2.50 parlay. The 4-leg parlay is a $5 parlay. I know I'm not big into spending dollars and dollars on each one of these parlays, because one little mistake, it just ruins it. But it's a 4-leg, and I'm confident that we can win this. And I got a little surprise for y'all. It starts off the first 4 fights of the night. Let's go, baby. We're going to try to win some money early this week. And our 6-leg has a $2.50. Okay, so up first here, we're going to start off with our 4-leg, our $5 parlay, 4 picks, $5 to win $124.84 this week is a plus 2,396. The 4 legs. Are you ready for this? You heard me say at the beginning, Nick Maximoff over 1.5 and over 1.5. So if you're on DraftKings, you got to scroll over to the right there and you'll find it under fight parlays. Next fight, I'm going Tatsuro Taira. I don't know what it is. Carlos looked bad. I pulled the trigger on it. Tatsuro's the bigger guy. He's undefeated. The other guy only has 1 defeat, but these guys are both finishers. One guy missed weight, one guy's bigger. I'm going Tatsuro here. Oh yeah, I should probably let you know that the Nick Maximoff and over 1.5 was a minus 175. Tatsuro is a straight up at a minus 290. Our next leg on that, our 3rd leg, is Angie Overkill Hill to win by decision at a plus 215. You guys heard it here. Angie Hill by decision. I really am banking on that one. And one may surprise you guys that I'm putting this in my parlay. It is a plus 275. Michael Johnson by KO/TKO. That closes out our 4 legs. So one more time for you guys. Nick Maximoff and over 1.5. Tatsuro Taira straight up main line. Angie Hill by decision. And Michael Johnson by knockout. Those 4 legs, $5 to win 124. So we're going to go on to our 6th leg here. So our next parlay, we got up here $2.50 to win $279. It is a 6-leg plus 11,087. So up first, we got Kayla Jukagian at a plus 110 to win by decision. Iwan Kutalaba to win by knockout at a minus 135. Michael Johnson, there it is again, to win by knockout at a plus 275. I'm really hoping MJ gets this one done this week, y'all. Nick Maximoff to win in 3 or decision. So go over. You could probably find this one on FanDuel or DraftKings. Find the round prop and then pick your fighter. Nick Maximov's to win in round 3 or decision. I believe that is probably the way to go. He this probably goes to decision, but I'm not 100% sold that it will go decision. One that I am sold that will go decision is Angie Hill. There it is again. Angie Hill at a plus 215 to win by decision. And then our last leg on that, leg 6, is a Davy Grant. Davy Grant straight up money line at a minus 280. That closes out our second parlay. 6 legs, 250 to win $279. So moving on to our last and final parlay for the pick for the show. It is a 10-leg parlay, $2.50 to win $463. It's our big boy this week. If we can cash this one in, we'll be riding high. It's not too crazy, a lot of straight picks. So if you guys just want to stick with me, 10 legs, plus 18,447, $2.50 to win $463. So I'm just going to run through Nick Maximoff straight up, Tatsuro Taira straight up, Angie Hill straight up, Michael Johnson straight up, Viviane Araujo straight up, the Jay Hadley versus Alan Nascimento fight, that fight going over 1.5 rounds. So if you're not on DraftKings, you might not be able to find that specific, but I believe you can find maybe to start around 2, something like that. Up next, Manuel Torres, straight up to win. Kalen Chukagian, I was even extra safe this time. Kalen Chukagian to win in round 3 or decision. That is a minus 115. Not too bad of odds. The Davy Grant versus Louis Smoka fight, that going over a round and a half. And Iwan Kutalaba to win straight up over Ryan Spann. So I really believe we got a chance to win some cheddar this week, y'all. That is our $10. And if any one of these 3 hit, then we win this week. And hopefully I can help you get some money in your pockets. And if you're betting against me, I still hope that you win, even though you're fading me. Even if you're watching this to bet against me, I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already and you enjoyed this, please put a thumbs up on the video. And if you're not subscribed to the Golden Octagon yet, please subscribe right down below. It's not that hard to do. But that is going to be it for this week. Change to Cheddar. I am Matt. I will catch you guys Wednesday for the Golden Octagon MMA podcast with Dorian Rose. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.